Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Joe and Joe Weather Show, which is brought to you by the folks at Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York, on Long Island, for the best prices in town for everything you need, from basic hardware to emergency preparedness supplies to mulch. 631-756-1125. The website is omnitruevalue.com, and wholesale holiday lighting by Giannini, because you know what? Before you know it, we'll be playing Jingle Bells. They're your complete holiday lighting specialists, meeting all your decorating needs, whether you want to get your home decorated or maybe you want to decorate somebody's home for a business. They're at 162 Ocean Avenue in Lindenhurst on Long Island, and their number is 631-957-5106. And the website is liholidaylighting.com. So I'm curious, Joe Rayo. I bet you my dew point can beat your is lower than your dew point.
I well, tomorrow is going to be our big dew point drop day. I must tell you that I don't know immediately in my area what the dew point is, but
all right. Well,
it certainly felt a lot better out there this afternoon.
I will tell you what your dew point is. I'll give you several dew points. This is so exciting that we're doing dew points. White Plains dew point is Nichols. Poughkeepsie's dew point is 57, and Danbury's dew point is 55. Do you know what my dew point is here in the mountains of North Georgia?
How about 49?
49. Got down to 40. It's actually 50 right now is the dew point. But earlier today, for a brief time around, I think 1 o'clock, 12 or 1 o'clock, when the temperature went to 81, the dew point was 49. And right now, the dew point is 50. 50.
Isn't that amazing?
And equally amazing, if you go about a 3-hour or so drive south of me, if you head down into southern Georgia, the dew points there are all sitting around 70. And you literally can go a handful of miles to go from a dew point of, say, 71 or 70 or 71 to a dew point of 59 or 60. I mean, you literally can just drive about 30 or 40 miles. That's how sharp the boundary is. So
JJ's so excited about it too.
Yeah, I don't know what he's out on the porch. I don't know what he's barking at. He probably either saw a rabbit, saw a squirrel, or any combination of the two therein. But it was a beautiful day here. Blue sky, sunshine, not a cloud in the sky, nothing. It was deep blue sky and sunshine all day long.
Well, here in the immediate tri-state area, actually, I'd say just north and west of where I am in Putnam County, there have been a few scattered showers popping up during the afternoon. No big deal, no major problem. They're going to be gone as soon as the sun goes down, if they're not already. And it looks like we're on our way toward not one, not two, but 3 really wonderful, super weather days, starting with tomorrow, with temperatures in the upper 70s, mid and upper 70s, dew point temperatures in the 40s, and lots of blue sky. It's going to be just great. Not much at all to talk about here for the next few days coming up.
Yeah, the tropics have sort of lent a bit of a hand in giving us something to discuss, but I want to just bring this point up because I saw this today and I just shook my head. So on my phone, when I pull up Google, it will put up some of the latest news stories. And the first story that pops up, the headline read, Tropical Storm Bill, and I quote, roars, ROARS, roars off North Carolina. And I didn't even bother to, I don't know who wrote it. I saw that headline and I just shook my head. I mean, for God's sake, the thing was upgraded to a tropical storm. It was practically 1 million miles off the coast. It had absolutely no relevance as far as the weather is concerned here or even remotely nearby. It's it's in the Atlantic Ocean graveyard south of Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and going goodbye. But roars, Roars, seriously? Seriously. No, it was just nuts,
Well,
Joe. I guess my patience is getting thinner and thinner. I guess some stuff sets me off pretty quickly, and that's just
well, I mean,
it's just such
it's up to 60
obvious.
miles.
It's such obvious clickbait. I mean, why do you do that? Well, I mean, I know why they do it, but I'm just rhetorically asking, why do they do that? It's
Well,
deceptive.
it's a fish. It's a fish storm. It is up to 60 miles per hour near the center. Maximum sustained winds of 60 miles an hour. Well, also just as impressive is the fact that the forward speed is moving northeast at 36 miles an hour. So yeah, it might not even have officially hurricane force winds yet, but man, I'm happy I'm not in the path of that thing, because that thing with the forward speed and the 60 mile per hour winds near the center, that could be a rather potent system. And maybe they just said it roars because, yesterday it was nothing more than a subtropical system at best. Now in the last 24 hours, it's jumped up to a rather moderately strong tropical
I
system.
know, but it's just no, no.
Rawr.
I'll just pull up a real quick if it lets me. I'm going to try to get a floater image here. I was trying to get a loop up, and it was a bit problematic. But it's hard. It's hard to find. Here's a on the Hurricane Center's floater loop. I mean, it's moving so quickly. And in case you're wondering which it's right in here, okay? It's moving so quickly that it's getting, the wind field is probably getting distorted somewhat. So it's not the most even, perfectly circular system in the world. But nonetheless, it's it is tropical. It's probably getting some baroclinic effects here as it moves on. What I mean by baroclinic is non-tropical effects. And it just gets another name. It just gets a name out of the way, and it's done. And now we can focus our attention on what could be the next one later this week. But this one too is probably going to have some issues because of the structure that we have in the upper atmosphere. Right now, all we have is weak low pressure in the southwest Gulf of Mexico, disorganized clouds and showers. And you can see right along the Gulf Coast where the frontal boundary is, Joe. It's just inland of just north of Florida, the Florida Panhandle, and into southernmost Georgia, where we're getting some blowups of thunderstorms there, and that goes straight west into southeastern Louisiana. Whatever comes out of the southwest Gulf and runs northward, I think this is probably going to be a rainmaker and not much more. It could wind up being, it's very broad. It's going to wind up being very broad looking and stretched out north-south. So it's not going to look like much like a tropical storm.
No, it's not. And the Hurricane Center only has prog positions out for, I think, the next 24 hours, and then they just say dissipated. So it's not long for this world. So enjoy your time.
Oh, wait, wrong, Joe, wrong one. The one off the African coast is like that. The one in the Southwest Gulf they have an 80% probability. You flipped them.
Oh, wait a minute now, Joe. Now hold on for a second. You say 80% probability, and what I looked at, the most recent map that I looked at, has a yellow cross
right
in the southwest, and they say disturbance 30% chance of cyclone formation
in 48 hours. But then if you click on the 5-day graph,
5 days.
It's,
all right.
It's
well, you're looking
80% in the next 5 days, because nothing's going to happen here until we get to probably Thursday or Friday anyway.
All right. So here, ladies and gentlemen, is somebody who's looking for trouble for 5 days from now. Joe Chiaffi.
No, not 5 days from now, because this thing is going to form probably during Thursday or early Friday, and then by the time we get to Friday night and Saturday, all the rain is going to be moving into the Gulf Coast. Is going to already have moved into the Gulf Coast, and it is Tuesday, right. So
yeah, it's Claudette.
Yes, it is, or it will be. Anyhow, we'll get back to that. In the meantime, it is dry air all over the place in the Northeast, back through the Great Lakes. There's a couple of little disturbances in there producing some some patchy clouds. There's a little swirl there. As I said the other day, this is the season for weird things to show up on the satellite, and there's a little swirl there dropping southward from Lake Huron into eastern Michigan, and other than that, there looks like there's some patchy fair weather clouds that are around. Up in northern New England tonight, we do have some showers and a few thunderstorms, particularly in western Maine and in northern New Hampshire, and also a patch of showers and storms down in southwestern Maine. Looks like there's even a heavier downpour just northeast of Boston right now, moving out to the east. But our radars, the radars locally here are relatively quiet. A couple of spits down in Maryland and West Virginia, and then you have to really go down along the Gulf Coast where you start to see showers and storms across Florida, North Florida, the Florida Panhandle, and back across southeast Louisiana. That seems to be where most of the action is tonight.
It seems to be, and there's not much action to talk about really for the next few days. Of course, it's very hot out west, but here in the eastern part of the country, and I guess you're going to be enjoying this just as much as anybody. We're going to be in line for some quiet weather. Next chance for anything significant may not come until, well, looks like perhaps Saturday, when we may have to deal with again a chance for a few showers and thunderbusters.
I wonder if and that could wind up being a bit of a stretch in terms of depending on how the front steps up. Maybe that front comes through more dry than anything else. I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced that we're going to wind up with much in the way of shower and storm activity on Saturday.
Will you agree, though, that Saturday looks like to be as compared to what we're going to be seeing, there'll be a noticeably warmer and certainly noticeably more humid type of weather pattern shaping up for the start of the upcoming weekend?
Oh, surely I do agree with that particular statement. Yes. I was thinking 85 to near 90 in some spots, and maybe a shower or thunderstorm when the front goes by, and after that, Father's Day looks pretty decent.
It does. It does. Looks like the dads are going to get some nice weather, unlike, I'm sorry to say, the moms who ended up with a rainy afternoon. It looks like this coming Sunday for the dads, for Father's Day, it looks pretty nice out there. Then another round of unsettled weather with another front, probably for Monday into Tuesday of next week.
And by the way, this is a perfect example of what we were saying about the whole overall pattern here. If it gets very warm or hot, it does it for one day, and Saturday would probably be the day for that. There's one front after another. There's just not enough time, and it's taking 3 days for this dry, cool air mass from the Great Lakes to build in, which is why it's not coming in quick and going out, and then we have to wait 3 days for the next cold front to approach. The core of this is not going to pass by until sometime Thursday night, early Friday. So really, there's only about 24 to 36 hours for any kind of warming to occur before the next front passes. And that's just simply not enough time to really heat things up beyond pushing it toward that 85 to 90 degree range for Saturday. So I think overall for the weekend, I think it's going to be fine. We'll throw in the chance that there could be a late day shower or thunderstorm on Saturday when the front goes by. It's kind of how, I don't see this turning into widespread activity. And then dry on Sunday for Father's Day with temperatures in the 80s and humidity going back down a bit.
Johnny Quest is asking about any thoughts on when the Southwest will get in on the summer monsoon, or when it normally starts. Normally, the monsoon, from what little research I've done about it, gets going in the early part of July and sometimes can linger through the end of August. That's monsoon season for them. Some years it'll start a little bit earlier, maybe late July, but late June, I should say. But generally, July and August are the monsoon months for places like Arizona, New Mexico, and parts of Utah and southern Colorado. That's the time when they get those hit or miss showers and thunderstorms. And out there, Joe, the interesting thing is we call them thunderstorms or thunder showers, but out there they call them electrical storms because you can get a lot of lightning with some of these, and they have been known also to actually start fires.
Yeah, they don't get a lot of rain out of
lightning,
them. Or sometimes
and
the
they also
rain.
get they sometimes got the dry thunderstorms
Right.
they're called.
And the rain, the rain evaporates before it even reaches the ground. In fact, just before I'll go through SPC. There are actually some scattered thunderstorms in northeast southwest from northeastern New Mexico southwest into parts of Arizona and also into southern Colorado. And one or two of them look to be on the strong side. But we don't really see anything too organized here as far as severe weather is concerned. Marginal risk exists across the Gulf states, and also a slight risk continues in coastal North and South Carolina. Although much of the thunderstorm activity there is now offshore, there's still a remaining small area severe thunderstorm watch in coastal South Carolina, mostly south and west of Charleston, and that box is gradually shrinking. We also have a marginal risk across eastern Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and the radar sort of bore that out when we showed you earlier what's going on up in Maine and New Hampshire and extending down to just east of Boston. So that reflects that marginal risk area there. And a marginal risk of severe weather, small area in western South Dakota, southeastern Montana, also in northwestern Montana, parts of northern Idaho, and going southwest into northeastern Oregon, a marginal risk of severe weather there. For tomorrow, we're looking at, so this is for Wednesday into Thursday, small area of marginal risk in Minnesota, northernmost Iowa, eastern South Dakota, southeastern North Dakota. And then for day 3, which is for Thursday into Friday, we have a slight risk of severe weather in northeastern Iowa, southwestern Montana, southeastern Minnesota, marginal risk extending northeastward through the rest of Wisconsin into the upper peninsula of Michigan. Note that there's no thunderstorm activity forecast for pretty much from Maine down to the Florida-Georgia border, and even across the Gulf states, Alabama, Mississippi, most of Louisiana, no thunderstorms being forecast. And that just really speaks to the weight of this dry air and how far south it is.
Now, I want to show you something. Is that possible for me to? Is it possible that I can share the screen here? Or?
Of course, you could share the screen. It's all set for you.
The Joe Rayo, still trying to find for us some decent radar imagery, and here is one possibility that you may be interested in. This is the Albany National Weather Service Forecast Office, and if you go to radar and click on local, take a look at what you have, Joe. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
not
a
lot
too
better
bad.
and nicer than.
It looks like they played with it almost looks like the old. Hold on a second. Let me check that out. Leave yours up on the screen here. Hang on a second. I want to see something.
Okay.
If that's the new radar, or is that the old GIF? Because if it's the old GIF,
I think it's the old GIF.
Oh, I will. Oh,
I think it's the old.
You don't know how thrilled I will be. So hang on a second. So I'm at Albany. I'm going to radar. I'm going to local. And yeah, it is. It's the old GIF.
Now here's something that will thrill you.
Now let's see what happens if I put OKX in there.
You beat me to it. You beat me to it. But watch what happens when you go.
Oh, glory. Oh, yeah. Yes. I am so happy. You know what? Maybe they heard us. And this is great. This is fine by me. I can.
All right.
I can get these back up on my website now.
Now I can make you even happier.
Okay.
You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you go back to radar, right?
Right.
Go back to radar, or go back to the home page, and then go to radar, and then click on regional.
All right, so it's got those regional maps are back. Oh, they're back. No, on mine it's not, Joe. That's weird. Hold on.
Really?
So I go to radar, and I click on regional. Oh, there it is. Okay, I must have clicked a little too deep. Yep. There it is.
And now you're going to get even more happy when I tell you that if you go to on radar, go to Simple National Radar.
Oh.
Be simple. Be
Yes.
simple. Go to Simple National Radar.
Yep, I got it. Oh, yes, this is fabulous.
Now, my question is, how long are they going to go before they take all of this away from us? Every time I scour the internet to find some decent radar images, and we find them, then all of a sudden, within a few weeks, they're gone. So
I wonder, did they just they just do this? I got to talk to Bill because we're not the we're not the only ones that complained about the radar. And he did say to me once that you used the phrase you have been heard. So maybe they found some space on their hard drive somewhere to recreate the GIFs that they used to have.
Well, I don't know, but I'm hoping that this is going to stick around for a while. I'm sure you are hoping the same thing.
By the way, is that blue up there in northwestern Washington? I'm going to bring the radar up on this. Oh, the radar is up on the screen right now. That is blue up there. Oh, look at that. You could even zoom, Joseph. Look at that.
Yes, you can.
This is this is more exciting than getting to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop. So you can see,
like I said,
look at this.
Let's see how long.
This is awesome.
Yes.
Great. Okay, so the radar issue may have been resolved. Glory, hallelujah, amen. Okay.
As George Costanza on Seinfeld occasionally used to say, "We're back, baby, we're back."
Yes, we are. All right, so WPC on their rainfall forecast is bringing 7 to 10 inches of rain from southeastern Louisiana into southern Mississippi and Alabama. Big rains up into western Georgia. General area of 3 to 5 inches goes all the way back almost to the Texas-Louisiana state line in the southwest corner of the state and moves over to western Georgia. This is going to be from the tropical system that will come out of the southwest Gulf. And in the meantime, if you look in the northeast, other than the patch that they have in southeastern PA, Maryland, and Delaware of an inch plus, everybody else is a half an inch or less from Virginia up to Maine. But then you get bigger amounts when you go from western PA back through the Great Lakes and into Minnesota, down to Missouri, anywhere from 3/4 of an inch to a couple of inches in those areas in purple. And of course, the western half of the United States, for the most part, looks to be on the dry side. But we certainly can see the tropical moisture that's going to be coming out of the Gulf of Mexico to bring heavy rains down into the Gulf states, and that'll start to occur probably sometime on Friday.
Yes, it will. So let's see. We've covered. I think most everything for the moment, and also the tropics and a new radar, and I know that got you excited.
Yes,
so
it did.
What else,
so
let's go from here.
How about we look at the upper air and see how long this northwest flow in the eastern part of the United States is going to last. And the maps are loading. Starting with tonight, and you can see the deep trough right down the east coast from Montreal down to about Charleston. You can draw a straight line, and the flow is almost straight north down into the southeastern part of the United States. So no wonder it's bone dry, big ridge, the upper high sitting right over Four Corners where they're burning up there. You've got Pacific flow into the Pacific Northwest, which limits the extent of how far north the hot air is getting. It's mainly confined to Southern California and points eastward. The trough in the east will do its best to hold on, but when we get to the end of the week, it will start to finally lift out. But guess what? Lo and behold, we've got another one. We've got another upper low near Lake Winnipeg on Thursday, and that's going to start moving eastward. And just as that first trough lifts out, the next one drops in, comes in over the weekend. As we said, maybe a chance for showers and storms late Saturday as that front goes by. And then that lifts out. and here comes the next trough, Joe. Another even deeper trough for the middle part of next week. That's actually pretty impressive to see. The westerlies down almost as far south as what we're seeing right now, with the trough axis now a bit further to the west. And then as that pulls out, we've got some time frame maps missing here. But now we're up to about June 24th, 25th. You still got troughing here in the eastern part of the United States. It's not particularly strong, but it's still there. It's going to be awfully hard for it to get hot around here if we keep getting these systems rotating out of Canada every 3 or 4 days, and that seems to be what the long range is telling us, as it takes us almost to the 1st of July.
Yes,
the 1st of July is the last day on this of the 16 days.
Yes, and we affiliate July, the 1st of July or the 4th of July, with hot and humid weather, but it doesn't seem, at least in this part of the country, doesn't seem like that's coming back anytime soon. So after a hot start and a humid and oppressive start to June, now the weather is turning, looks like it's going to be really nice for much of the rest of the month, save for the occasional day like on Saturday, when we will see warmer temperatures up near 90 and higher levels of humidity, but that's only going to last for about a day or so before, as you pointed out, Joe, the next upper level system comes rolling on through, changes the upper level flow back to the north and northwest again, and brings back a drier and less humid airflow for Father's Day.
So I figured, let me pull up the upper air in the Gulf of Mexico and take a look at this weather system that's going to be coming from there. And you'll notice a couple of things, and this is for tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. You've got the bottom of that trough in the east, with the base of the westerlies down into northern Florida. In the meantime, you have the first line of flow around the upper high coming down with northerly winds down the Mississippi Valley and into Texas. Out in the Caribbean, you also can see the height line that represents the edge of the Atlantic Ridge. There's an upper high northeast of Hispaniola that extends out into the Atlantic. So that's the back side of it, with southerly flow in the eastern Caribbean. And that leaves this entire area in the southwestern Gulf in an area of lower than normal pressures and heights. And this is where our system is going to come from. And going through Thursday and Friday, you'll see that there's a representation here of an upper low in the western Gulf of Mexico. But that's going to stretch out. I mean, that's going to literally stretch out the signature, the satellite signature of this. You're going to see a stretched out system in the western Gulf, and that's going to pull whatever surface low that develops. It's going to be very hard to get a really tight, concentrated surface circulation out of this. So we could wind up with a tropical storm that's probably a minimal tropical storm and a big area of rain to the north. That's what the GFS is signaling here, as are the other models. And by the way, once it goes inland, which it does Friday night into Saturday, it's going to run into those westerlies, because remember that next trough now is dropping into the eastern part of the United States. So you've got westerly winds just pretty much all across the lower Gulf states. So this thing's got no place to go but straight east. And that's why the rains from this are not going to come up the East Coast. They're just going to get kicked away. Whatever's left gets kicked into the southeastern part of the U.S. on Monday, and then it just sort of moves on out, because that next trough is already dropping in. And you see it there with that darker blue for the middle part of next week, with those westerlies again getting down into northern Georgia. So, we'll probably wind up, I think we're going to probably wind up seeing maybe a tropical depression or perhaps a minimal tropical storm out of this. I'd be kind of surprised to see if we see anything more than that from this system coming out of the Gulf. In my never to be humble opinion.
If Claudette were able, if it does form into Claudette would probably say, in her short time frame here, I'm trapped. I have no place to go. It's like being it's almost like being inside of a jar, so to speak. And the only place that she can go is get pushed along by the westerlies. So Another system that's going to be short-lived, another tropical system that's going to be short-lived. No chance of any substantial or significant amount of strengthening. It's just going to be there, and don't blink your eyes, because very shortly after that, it's probably going to be gone.
And here you have the surface, by the way. And you'll notice, of course, in the east, there's really nothing of consequence going on. Everybody's bone dry. Saturday, your cold front starts to approach. The GFS on this particular run really didn't do much with it. You see the rains in the Gulf states. The representation of the low looks like it's somewhere south of Lake Charles or Port Arthur. It goes inland. We get a frontal passage here. Father's Day looks good. Next front comes along on Monday. The southern moisture just kind of gets strung out here. And then that front goes by with some showers and storms. Looks like maybe not so much on Monday. It's a bit of a warm front that goes by to our north, but maybe on Tuesday. And then we have high pressure building into Kentucky for Wednesday and Thursday of next week. And by the way, Joe, take a look over James Bay on this run of the GFS. There's snow up there and snow up in Labrador. Isn't that exciting? June 23rd, and we still have a map of the United States on Tropical Tidbits that is showing snow somewhere in there.
And that's a little late in the season now.
A little.
That's getting. It's going to be like. I was saying to Renato this morning, and I know I know part of the reason is that because of the pandemic and a late start, but I mean I still can't believe that they're having. Now one of our people, who was it, who just bounced out here because the Islander playoff game is starting. Somebody said I'm leaving the game, but I mean like we're still it's the 15th of June, and we still are into hockey. And the scary thing about this is that we're only halfway through the playoffs. There are 4 rounds. We're only in round number 2.
I know.
And whoever wins this will go to round 3, which is the semifinals, and then they'll finally make it to round 4. This hockey season may not end until like the middle or latter part of July. Crazy.
That'll be fun. Ruthless Goat says it's 101 in Loveland, Colorado, north of Denver, and his son, who's out in Phoenix, reports a temperature of 115. It's brutal. It's brutally hot in the Southwest for sure. All right, we're back up full screen. Just want to say the chairman, best wishes to his mom, who I took a fall, and she's got a fracture in her pelvis, so she's got to go see the orthopedist with that. So we all our positive thoughts and best wishes toward the way of the chairman and his mom. Okay, so we're radiating positivity here.
And speaking of the chairman, we have Bruhler Jeopardy for Mr. Chiaffi for Tuesday. The top 10 retail stores in the United States of America based on sales.
Oh, God.
And he provides you with 3 hints, Joe.
Okay.
One has been mentioned several times on our Joe and Joe show with a connection to a chairman, family member, LOL. Two of the top 10 are supermarket chains. One is located close to where you live now. And number 3, Mr. Rayo may give Joe 1 hint after 2 strikes. So good luck to you, Joe.
Okay. So.
Are you ready?
Yeah, so I'll give you 4
Baseball
of them.
rules.
Let me give you 4 of them, and you tell me if I got all 4 or if I got any of them wrong. So these are the top 10 retailers.
Correct.
All right, so I will say Walmart, Target, Costco, Kroger.
Walmart was number 1. Costco, did you say Costco? Costco was number 3.
Right.
Kroger was number 2.
Right.
What was the other one?
Target.
Target was down, number 7.
Okay.
But you did get 4 out of the first 4 are correct out of the 10.
Okay. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky because there are a number of there's corporate names that own a number of different stores under different brand names, so I'm not sure how the list was compiled. I'm going to assume that it's just by the name of the retailer. So I will
By the
go.
way, you will if you get all 10 according to Scott, you will receive a $1,000 gift certificate to any retailer on the list.
Okay. And by the
Let's
way,
see Scott come
these
up with
are,
that.
are these brick and mortar retailers, or are they online? Is there an online retailer on this?
I think that they're all online. There's one actually that I've never
No,
heard of before.
no, but are they all on? Well, for example, Amazon. Okay, Amazon has retail sales that are on par with Walmart, but I'm not sure if he's talking brick and mortar or is he talking strictly online. So,
I
well,
think I
let
think
me
these are
let me answer you. Let me. There's an easy answer to this question. Is Amazon on the list? If the answer is no, then these are all brick and mortar stores.
the answer is no.
Okay,
Amazon is not on
so
this
these
list.
are all brick and mortar. Okay. All right, so we've got Walmart, Costco, Kroger, Target. There's a few retailers between 3 and 7 that I got to get. So 4, 5, and 6. Let's try Best Buy.
Best Buy, is that on the list? Strike one.
Okay, so that's not on there.
Yes.
Okay. Home Depot.
Home Depot is there. That's number 5 on the list.
Okay, so if
Now you got 5 for 10.
Okay, so if Home Depot is there, then I'm gonna guess that maybe Lowe's is there too.
Lowe's is there. It's number 8 on the list.
Okay, so 8 is Lowe's. So I've got 6 of them so far. Best Buy is
Right.
was not on there, so that was a good way to eliminate one category. Walmart, Target, Costco, Kroger, Home Depot, Lowe's. Oh, this is a little tough here. And I know when you tell me, I'm gonna shake my head and probably say that. Okay. Are, let me ask you this: are there any more supermarkets on there?
Supermarkets? I don't think so.
Okay, so Kroger was probably the only one. So let's try.
Huh?
Let's.
I would know what a supermarket is.
Yeah, but there are different names around the
Oh, well. The executive producer has decided to shift from upstairs to downstairs and starting to heckle me. What is this one? Have you ever heard of this one?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That is a supermarket.
Really?
But it's not located here on the East Coast.
Okay.
Oh,
Joe, I am told.
Okay,
I'm told that one of these is a supermarket.
Safeway.
Nope.
Nope.
That's
Wait a minute.
Safeway.
You can hear him through my. Oh.
Well, I got 6 of them so far, and it's not Safeway. Well, I mean, I can't.
I'm going to give you a hint with the one
Is
that
it-
she says is a supermarket.
Yeah,
I'm going to give you a hint.
go ahead.
Acme is part of this.
Albertsons.
Or is
You got
owned
it.
by
Albertsons.
He got it. Albertson.
Yeah.
Okay.
He got it. Number 10. Number
Oh.
10 on the list. I was going to get the hint I was going to give you, Joe, was Chico and the Man. Who played
Yes,
the man?
Jack Albert.
Albertson.
Okay, so I've got 7 of them, which leaves me 3. So I got 10. I'm missing 9. I'm missing 6 and 4. All right, I was I was hesitating to call Macy's, but I'm desperate now, so let's go Macy's.
Strike 2.
I didn't think, yeah, that was just a reach on my part.
How about it? How about Alexander's?
Well, I have one right down the street here.
Here's a big hint. A big hint.
That was your hint, Joe.
I didn't see the hint. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Say.
He didn't see. He
I
didn't see the hint.
it. I was looking down. I was looking. I
Ready?
was.
Here. Here's your big hint.
Oh, Apple.
Apple.
Apple is now considered a retailer. Okay. Well, they are really because they sell so many. Between the App Store and everything else. Oh, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Where is Apple on this list?
9.
9.
Right between Lowe's and Albertsons.
And yeah, see, and Amazon is not part of this, but Apple is. I never would have picked Apple on my own because Amazon's not on here as a retailer. Okay, so I got 2 left. So there's 2 left.
Which one? Which numbers?
You know what? Let's go the drugstore route. If they consider a drugstore retailer, how about Walgreens or CVS?
Number 4, and number 6. So you got them.
And CVS.
You got all 10.
Yeah, it's
And
a little
CVS,
tricky.
yeah.
It's a tricky list, but I managed it.
Yes. So you're going to receive a $1,000 gift certificate, and you'll have to call Scott, the chairman, to get your $1,000 gift certificate.
Well, if I do get
For
one,
any retailer.
right? Then I got to go to Costco. I'm out of mayonnaise, and I got to get a new barrel of mayonnaise from Costco. So all right,
There you.
that's it. Okay, let's call it a night because I'm wiped.
You're wiped.
These 50 or less dew points are taking a lot of energy out of my person. So.
Oh, give me a break.
Yes. All right. So we'll be here tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern time. Correct, Amundo?
Yes, correct. We're back pretty much on a new schedule. I just want to, just as a matter of record,
Yeah.
because I did a library tonight at 6:00, but that allowed me to do it at our regular 7:30 time. So when is the next abnormal change in schedule here? You know what, Joe? The next time we'll have something abnormal won't be until July the 12th. July the 12th will be the next time when we may have to move to like 8:30 or whatever. But till then, we're pretty much on target for our regular schedule. So
the chairman hitting super chat, which he didn't need to do. Thank you, Scott. Most appreciated. But take a breather. Okay, you're very generous on super chat. Most appreciated. But it's okay to take a breather. All right, no problem. Your generosity is amazing, and thanks for.
No, it's I mean now he only owes you $995 for the gift certificate.
Exactly. All right. Okay, so we'll see you. So I will see everybody tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern time.
Nighty night.
Nighty night, everybody. And done.